What's up, you guys? Tie 5's a cheater, don't worry. Real quick, before we get going, I'm going to say this for all the new people in here, because it's going to start in about a minute. I got to do ad breaks. It's part of the deal, but if you subscribe, you don't have to see the ads. So don't complain if you're not subscribed. However, I never end the chit-chatty part of the stream when we're in an ad break. So stick around, even if you don't subscribe. What's up, everyone? Whoa! Killer's back! I know.
Hello there.
Tortured Soul, what's up, guys? A resub. James with the gifted subs. Remember, if you just got gifted a sub, please thank your gifter, because that means you don't have to watch the ads. Hey, Sabretooth joining in. You know what I need to do? I need to fix the alerts so that it has a different alert for gifted subs, because now it's gonna Obi-Wan hello there all night long. If you got gifted a sub, thank your gifter. You don't have to watch the ads, that means. So yeah. Oh man, Chloe Dancer, a ton of people. We got a hype train going. We're starting off hot. So, for everyone that's asking, firstly, let me get this out of the way. I beat the flu. Easy. That was just like a 2-day battle. It was terrible. My nose was plugged forever. But physically feeling better.
Hello there.
Life still sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not in a... So, I don't know. When shit happens, you know, obviously, I'm not gonna talk about... I've never really been one to talk about, like, my fucking life in detail, but, you know, you're gonna have high moments, you're gonna have low moments. And right now, the high moments are still low, but they're at least, like, baseline enough to where I can slog. That's why I titled the stream Sloggin', because sometimes, guys, when you're in the shit, when you're waist deep in the shit, all you can do is, like, fake it and keep walking forward.
Hello there.
Like, and that's what I'm doing. So, you know. It's okay. Love the streamer can get the deserves for it. Hey, man. Yeah. Yes. Shelby, Charlie was on SmackDown. They're doing watch streaks? Yes. I got cheers for beating the flu. Hey, I'll take it. Oh, and we got a raid coming in. What's up, you guys? Welcome. We are the Queen's Army Troll Horse.
Hello there.
If you subscribe, you don't have to watch the ads. I'm just going to throw that out there for you guys if you have an extra, I don't know, subscription lying around. We got a raid coming in. There's Santrion with the 3 snaps, a thumbs up, and a spade. Welcome, Raiders. We're at the beginning. We just started, so I'm still at the chit-chat. I like to chit-chat and hang out with the stream for a few minutes before I start the gaming. And also, if you're new, the other thing is, I like to stream for the streaming. If I just liked the game, I would just do that. I wouldn't have to stream for you guys. I could just play. So, the game play is often slow going because I sit and read the chat and interact with you guys. All that being said, when we're done with the game, we usually end the stream watching trailers or a fight or a grappling match or whatever, and I can give my commentary, so stick around. The cool stuff's at the beginning, at the end. The gaming is just the vessel I use to get to hang out with you guys. So yeah, give a follow, hang out if you want. If you're liking the stuff and you hate watching ads, then you know, you can give a sub. Is Cyberpunk 2077 worth it? Absolutely, especially now. I understand at first it had like a weird launch, right? It was real buggy and whatnot. They've fixed everything. The Phantom Liberty expansion is awesome. It's great. T-Mac, you had to turn off all your stuff? Fibble, 7 months of pure, unadulterated excitement and anticipation, waiting for the cooking stream. There'll never be a cooking stream, I don't think. There's my cheers coming through for beating the flu. About hard times. We Germans have a saying, if you're up to your neck in shit, you shouldn't hang your head. That's a great saying, Edge Runner. And I think there's our raid notification. The notifications are behind because we had a whole slew of gifted subs. We're on a level 5 hype train right now, and we're barely, 10 minutes in? And let's be honest, first 4 minutes of that is the theme song, you know? That's a good saying, though. If you're up to your neck in shit, don't hang your head. Yeah, it's a great game. Actually, the truth is, if Cyberpunk would have come out this past year the way it is now, it could have got Game of the Year. It's that good. And they've fixed a lot. And credit to the devs, yes, the launch wasn't successful. I mean, they made bajillions of dollars still, but, the critics were all over it. It was buggy. I know me and Duke had, high-powered machines that still played it. I never got any crazy game-breaking bugs on the first playthrough, but especially now, they've smoothed it all out. They've fixed it all. Here's Doom hanging out before he's got to go into work. Saving money to buy one of my action figures. Nice! Nice, Cam! Which one? There's a few now. Hey! We did it! Level 4. Not the record. I think the record is level 8, right? Or is it 9? Shelby, I just streamed with Duke a couple streams ago, actually. She was here as a guest. And actually, I was talking to her today. It's possible, because she's taking a little mental break from streaming, but she is down to co-op some games with me. And stream. Obviously, because she turns into a pumpkin at night, it would have to be a little earlier than the usual 10:30 stream on a Friday, but it'll be in the middle of the week, and it'll be at 6 or 7 or something, and we'll try to find a game to play. 100 bomb. God. That was what You're in Alaska! Yeah, that was... Yes, NFL playoffs start. The Vikings didn't make it, so it's hard. I think I'm jumping on the Cleveland bandwagon. We'll see. The Vikings, however, have the 11th overall pick in the draft, so hopefully we can figure stuff out. There's Tie 5 with the link to Shayna action figures. Or is it just the one? Is it the newest one? Oh, go Cowboys. No way. Yeah, the Lions won the division, Doom. Yeah, so last week I was wearing the Queen's Army jersey, and I'm watching clips back from that. And actually, let me do this. Oh, never mind. I was watching clips back and I thought, the jersey looks cool. The baseball jersey looks cool. And I know I had this Twins one and I hadn't worn it in a while, so I always, they're not the underdogs this year though, Doom. They're really good this year. Yeah, I saw that it's going to be 40 below wind chill, Patrick. The Bills bandwagon. The 49ers, well, here's the thing. The 49ers are... The only thing I think about the 49ers is how they were, the best team in the NFL for a minute, and the Vikings beat them. And then Kirk Cousins got injured, and our whole season went to hell. Yeah, the Lions, I think it's the first time in, 9 years they've even made the playoffs, but in 30 years they've won the division or something like that. You was in game production certification class after the recent CD Projekt Red. They were focused to fix the bad release. Taking game development classes for their leadership was high on their... Yeah. I watched a documentary. There's a YouTube documentary about Cyberpunk 2077, and they interview some of the devs, and they talk about how they were very, very, very interested in fixing the botched release. 2:45 in Australia. It is 10:45 p.m. You were at which Vikings-Packers game? The last one they had? Intimidator. Well, I had turned 42 on Monday. It's -1 Fahrenheit in South Dakota. Here's the 9 months to the baddest woman from my home state. Yes! I heard it's cold. The Midwest got walloped this past week. In fact, it affected my travel from Portland. I was in Portland for work, building houses. And the Midwest, the weather going on in the Midwest actually affected the travel we had. Don't worry, Cam. I'm good at Sherpa-ing people through the NFL. My dad coached football. Here's a little story. My dad coached football when I was growing up, like junior high football. So you're talking like 6th, 7th, 8th graders. He would, I begged him. I wanted to play. I was a kid. He would let me practice with the team for the first 2 weeks, which in South Dakota, as a fan of the Vikings, we seem to have a blurring curse that we do good, do good, right up until where it matters. Yeah, and we have drop decent plays right at the end and blow it. It was just too many injuries. Zemnas. Yeah, the Eagles are falling apart, actually. That's the truth. I had a big discussion with an Eagles fan last week about it. Yeah, we got coaches retiring. We got coaches getting fired. So my dad, would never let me play. He let me practice for the first 2 weeks, which is the no contact practice. So you're running the plays. There's no tackling. There's no hitting. And then as soon as it was time to put pads on, I couldn't practice anymore with the team. But I was doing conditioning drills. I was smoking the boys, doing everything. He never let me. He let me wrestle. like folk style wrestling, amateur wrestling, but he never let me play football. All that being said, I would go on to the games and stand on the sideline with him, and he would always tell me that I needed to learn to talk about football because it would help me have a successful marriage. T-Mac, what position when I was practicing those 2 weeks with the team? Always bleed green. Yeah, I know. Trust me, Ty 5. I'm not trying to convince anyone that's an Eagles fan to not support the Eagles, even though they are falling apart. I'm a Vikings fan. I'm the last person that would tell people that. What's up, Hit Row fan? Yeah. Yes, exactly. And I was fighting for how many years? You know what I mean? Like being punched in the face. Although, seeing a huge, let's say, a linebacker spear me into the ground maybe is a little different than, like, wrestling or whatever, but yeah. I don't know, Darth. I think, in my opinion, what I would like the Vikings to do is to, re-sign Kirk for like 2 years. Draft a really good quarterback. Have him learn under Kirk and then take it from there. Yeah, at the time I was practicing in the running back position because I was really fast when I was that age. And obviously, I don't know. I'm not, there was no like tackling. Like I said, it was just the couple of weeks there was no contact. But I learned the plays. I learned all that stuff. I liked, so when I was in college, I played intramural women's football, even though I wasn't supposed to, because I was on a scholarship for other sports. And so you get in trouble because you could get hurt playing intramurals, especially intramural football. But, I was a linebacker, and I was actually quarterback because I was one of the only girls that could really throw a football. And also, I have like a leadership personality, I think, but can play my favorite band of all time. I mean, I'm gonna knee-jerk. My first favorite band I ever had was Kiss. They're the first band I saw live. They were the first band that I was like, ooh, I'm listening to songs I shouldn't listen to. They were cool. They had painted faces. Then I'd go maybe like a Bolt Thrower is in there. Machine Head is in there. I don't know. It's an ever-rotating door based on the mood I'm on. Yeah, I was just talking about how the jersey, Kirk is really good when he has a good game. Problem is consistency. He's consistently good when he gets protected. And I think everyone that would talk shit about him, we should have learned our lesson this past season when we lost him. Our whole season went to hell. You're the position that bosses everyone about? Yeah. Linebacker and corner and in Little League. Electric Callboy. I have heard of them. Didn't listen too much. The circus is in town, guys. Machine Head, Mushroom Head's early stuff. Yeah, so, who did the homework? Did you guys watch Arcane Episode 1? Because I watched it here with Ty5 after the stream, and then she binged the whole season. So what'd you think of Episode 1? Remember, the thing I love about Arcane is the female characters are all strong. There's not a single, like, damsel in distress in that show. King DeMarco! Oh, there's a ton of funny stories about me on the road. Kiss was my first favorite band. Yeah! I started playing the bass guitar because of Gene Simmons. T-Mac, I am not. I am so far from in the know. I don't even know what I'm doing on Monday, let alone anything outside of that. So I also, for the record, finished watching the live-action One Piece. Loved it. Can't wait for season 2. Started watching Yu Yu Hakusho, the live-action. I don't know anything about that anime. I'm into fight scenes and martial arts, so I dig that one. And I also started watching Blue-Eyed Samurai, which I love. That one is so good. And I started watching what's it called? I wrote it down. It's in my notes. It's called Scavenger's Reign. I started watching that too. That one is a little bit slower going than like some of the others. But I dig it. I dig that type of world that they're building in there. Yu Yu Hakusho, you need to watch the actual anime before the live action. But it's like 1,000 million episodes. The live action has like 5 episodes. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Butter Milky, yeah, I'm not gonna stop anyone from tagging me on something. Yeah, there's a live action Yu Yu Hakusho. Anyway, there is, and I learned there's a lot of live action anime based on anime shows. Yeah. And they're really well done, actually. Season 2, James, season 2 of One Piece? You didn't watch Violent Night yet. You're behind on your homework. Yes, I did watch Black Mirror. Live action is usually poorly done, but these are really well done. The One Piece one is great. Arcane is great, and I think for those of you that have read the Red Rising book series, I think the only way to really do that justice in an adaptation to visual format would be to do animation. Like, I'm just not convinced that a live-action adaptation would do it justice. Dragon Ball Z, that's Rhonda's jam. Quizzed on the homework. Showed a trailer of Lethal Company. I mean, you can go on Up Up Down Down and watch the BRE play in Lethal Company. Yeah, Dr. Device, I was saying last week that you don't have to know anything or be a fan of League of Legends to enjoy Arcane, the show. Arcane's on Netflix. I don't know, Von Doom. The One Piece live action's pretty good. Someone was telling me, oh, what's another one? There were some others that people were talking about. Yeah, the show is so good. I can't wait for season 2 of the show. Spawned, when we get Shayna for Warhammer trending, when we get that hashtag trending for Henry and he puts me in the show and I make my real break into stardom. Yes, watch Arcane. I highly recommend. So I wasn't privy to One Piece. I've never read it. I've never seen the anime, but I watched the live action because I heard it was good and I enjoyed it. So is Sanja? What? Okay, is Sanja the sword guy? Because he's cool, but I also like the suave cook. What's his name? Shayna for Warhammer. No. You guys are... the whole thing about streaming is you guys have been here... A lot of you guys, some of the OGs have been here in the little tiny Cali apartment when I was begging to get chopped so I could pay the bills. So... There, you can find online somewhere, Jedi brings up a point, you can find, somewhere online they do a timeline of all the Star Wars visual media. So you can watch them in timeline order. Oh yeah, that's right, Zorro. Sanji's the cook, yeah. Zoro's the sword guy. Zoro is cool. And initially he was my favorite, but the cook, Sanji really grew on me. Also, the fact that he's just like a kind of savant-like kickboxer guy. I'm down with that, you know? No, Ronnie! She cannot last 20 seconds. You know, Edge Runner League does have a lot of interesting characters, and I think they will get to it. I think it's smart that they're picking just a handful because to get people interested, it can be overwhelming, right? That's one of the things that 40K has against it, is it's so big, it's so overwhelming. Like, even the lore is overwhelming to learn. The game is overwhelming to learn. There's so many rules. And every time they make a new edition, like 10th edition just came out, there's always this big discussion in the community of like, should we kind of like dumb down the rules to invite new players? Because it's kind of gatekeepy. Like, no one wants to learn because like, I can't remember all this. But it's also like there's the OG people that are the purists. They're like, no, this is our game. Make them learn. But they've done a good job of like making, so like I got the Space Marine board game. So Space Marine, the game I played on stream, Space Marine 2 that comes out in September, they have a board game and it's kind of like a beginner version of the tabletop game. Also, this Rogue Trader game is great, and I think it's a great way to suck people in. The lore, the story's really good, and the way the like stats are put together is you don't have to like memorize all of it because the computer does it for you, right? So yes, Von Doom. Do I remember the orcs were originally space bikers with World War II shell helmets? Yes. High five. You don't want to forget matching tattoos with any friend. It's a kiss of death. Hey, Sammy with the gifted sub. Remember to thank your gifters, because that means you don't have to watch the ads. Elimination Chamber's gonna be Perth, but I don't live in Western Australia. I'm on the other side. I know, there's a big gaping hole in the middle of Australia. But, hey, you know. You play Grey Knights. I'm actually gonna... So you guys saw my story. I wasn't getting anything new today. I just got my old tattoo touched up. Here, I'll show you guys. Oh, Madoka with the gifts. Remember to thank your gifters so you don't have to watch the ads. It's because of them. So, here, let me... So, I just got this part touched up because I got this and the ink looked so new. This thing is 10 years old. So I got it all touched up. He did all the line work. Next week I'm going in and you can't really see it, but there's a spade in there. If you look up photos, but he's going to go in and darken that next week. And then I'm getting iron within, iron without right here, I think, is where I decided. I was thinking about here, but then it was like, do I want to put it here or like this way? It's just too much. I think it fits good like right here and it'll be visible. Not every tattoo needs to be giant. See you later, T-Mac. So the spade gets kind of muddled in it right now because everything else is so bold. But once he goes back next week and darkens the spade, it'll pop more. I don't think it'll be a full sleeve. I think I like the quarter sleeve. I dig that. I don't know, maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll keep finding things to add to it. Yeah, but you'll be able to see the spade even better. I just not to get too much on this kick again, but tattoos are good therapy when you're in the shit. At least they are for me. So I know. So I think I was just talking about that. I think that's what I'll get here is her paw print. A troll horse. Troll horse tattoo. I should get the troll horse that we have on Rogue Trader, like the ship on my forearm. Because here's the other thing though, Ty 5, is I've had dogs my whole life. And every dog is the best dog you've ever had because dogs are the best. The week has been shit. I'm still in the shit. Things still suck, but we're still doing life, you know? You can't just... I'm not one of those people that can just hole up on the couch. I'm gonna keep doing stuff because one of these days I'm gonna be working out and it's not gonna suck. I'm gonna be working out and it's gonna be awesome. So... Listen, Project Sauerkraut is sucked in by anyone that messages him. Dude's fucking dumb and needs to be Darwined off the earth. Yeah, the detail on the new tattoos on the new action figures are done really well. My tattoo on my action figure is really well done. Yes, exactly. One step forward is still a step forward. I saw this meme actually that I saved. What's up, Mel? In it, let me find it. It is this of this horse. Here, I'll just show it to you guys. It's a bit cheesy, but you know, sometimes you need that crap when you're in the crap. So It's this, right? Can you guys read that? I can't see a way through, said the boy. Can you see your next step? Yes, just take that, said the horse, right? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not in a place where. And I want to say, first of all, thank you to everyone for the messages and the DMs. And there were a lot of people, and it's the reason why I think I wasn't scared to be so honest with you guys last week. There were people that messaged me and they were like, hey man, I felt seen. I'm not the only one. So that's cool to me. But I can't see the end of this. But I know there's an end. So I'll just do the next thing. You know what I mean? Also, I have to do stuff like do this mental challenge. So I've been doing all this black hole research. I think I told you guys this last time, right? About cold plunging in the morning. All you need is 11 total minutes per week, first thing in the morning. The science has shown. First thing in the morning, you cold plunge for like 2 to 3 minutes, 3-4 times a week, right? Get in, cold plunge, and it like spikes your dopamine. There's all these health benefits. Far more health benefits to cold plunging first thing in the morning rather than after a workout, which is kind of the old school way of thinking, right? Yes, cold plunging is very healthy, as well as cold showers have shown to be a little bit less beneficial than cold plunging, but like still beneficial. So there's something chemically that happens to you when you do something that you dread, right? When you do something you don't want to do and you force yourself to do it. So working out or cold plunge. I've been doing the cold shower because I got a cold plunge tub, but it doesn't come until next week. So I've been doing a cold shower every morning for 3 minutes to kind of like, I don't know, I guess warm myself up to the idea. Cold plunge to warm myself up. That sounds weird. Yeah, so cold exposure. It helps your anxiety. It's helped depression. It's helped people with PTSD. Not cures, but definitely helps to make better, right? So up to your neck, they say. And the point is, like when you shiver, when you do something where you're shivering, so they talk about the benefit of air drying after you get out of the cold plunge as well. And remember, you don't have to tough this out like for 10 minutes. Like when I was in fighting, we used to be like, I'm going to do 10 minutes after sparring. And that was the thing, is you gut it out. But they've shown that's actually not as beneficial as they once thought, right? So you cold plunge, you shiver, and it does something to the mitochondria in the brown fat in your body, which increases your core temperature, which increases your metabolism. And there's all kinds of hormonal health benefits. Your dopamine spikes, it's just very healthy. And I have noticed that, and again, I'm in like a cloudy time, right? I've been pretty open with you guys about that. And it might be, and it's hard to say because it's not like a controlled variable, but it might be that time is also helping, because time ultimately is what gets you through these shit times. But it might be that. But I have noticed that the days I'm doing the cold shower, my baseline, I'm closer to baseline rather than in a real dumpy spot. And granted, I still get hit with that Mack truck sometimes, but I've had more time in the baseline. Things are not fucking great yet. I'm not out of the storm, but it's definitely helped me. I don't know whether it's placebo or time or whatever. I'm going to keep doing it. The cold plunge tub gets here next week. I'm going to start moving to do that. But yeah. A low of 0 on Monday. Yeah, it's like below 0 back home. Yeah. yeah, cold showers. Cold showers have helped. And, I mean, at the worst, they sure do wake you up. And I still dread, I still stand under the shower stream. So I get up in the morning, I turn the cold shower on, brush my teeth, you know, do all this stuff. And then I stand in the shower and I'm like, like, I still dread those moments. So there's a part of your brain that actually physically gets bigger when you do things that you dread. And it's actually the part of your brain that specifically controls willpower. It's kind of crazy. I'm telling you guys, I've been on this black hole studying this stuff. Yeah, and there's some of that too, Fibble, right? Fuck the science if it makes you feel better. Yeah. Big brain. Cold Shayna's big brain. Yes, Fahrenheit. Funny enough, -40 is where Fahrenheit and Celsius meet. So, it's been that cold in the Dakotas. Where are we at this week? Arkansas or somewhere, I think. So that's gonna be my challenge, and 3 to 6 inches, and it's good for me right now too to have like a challenge, and I have a journal I'm keeping about this cold exposure experiment, so you know, we'll look back on it. Tie 5, how do people live in the Dakotas if it's been -40? So check this out. Every year I would think to myself, thank God I wasn't born in like the settling times of like the late 1700s. Like, I could not imagine traveling where there's no roads, or being stuck because there's no roads and there's too deep of snow and all I have is a freaking covered wagon and like a fire. Oh my God, I would die. I would have died. Three to 6 inches is nothing. Although I have learned that people, see ya, James, that people don't know how to drive in that stuff. Let's see. Have I covered all the topics? Shall we play a little bit? So, we're gonna watch Baszler Delalio, and I'm also gonna put Barnett versus Lister, and we'll add that to the list. But today, I'll try to find Baszler versus Sarah Delalio. Live the cave life. It's winter in the U.S. Yes, it is winter in the U.S. I didn't want to disturb you. I know things are complicated, but I want to say that I'm with you wholeheartedly in these complicated times. Afraid of expressing myself badly. No, Madoka, thank you. I appreciate everyone's support, whether I can reply or I know I'm not sharing a lot because I'm purposely keeping it general because I think in some weird way it helps more people. Like, shit sucks no matter what the reason is. Sometimes shit sucks. Sometimes something happens. Sometimes you could just, for no reason, life can be a bummer. I have a very good friend that has clinical depression. That's not that for me. Sometimes it could just be a bunch of small to medium things all piled up at once. Sometimes it could be, someone dumps you. It could be a relative is very sick. Whatever the reason, the same stuff that I'm trying to tell you guys applies, right? No one's business but yours. There's some of that, Tie 5, for sure. I've always been kind of private about my private life, but whatever the reason, it doesn't change the fact that things can suck sometimes, and it's okay. And like I said, if you were a person that couldn't stand to hear Happy New Year or to hear posts about like, if you didn't like your 2023, take it upon yourself to be better and make your like sometimes you did everything fucking right in 2023. And for whatever reason, it still sucked. So that post is irrelevant. You know what I mean? I'm right there with you. So whatever the reason, whatever's your reason, it's cool. Yeah, a pet passing away. Exactly. There's whatever reason. It's okay to just be a bummer sometimes. And I'm tough. I can whoop your ass, I promise. So I think it might be comforting to some people to hear that it's like that sometimes. Now, that being said, I have found that when I am grappling, my brain shuts off. If you can find something, and the only way you can find something is to, as much as you don't want to, as much as, for some reason, our instinct is to like feed the bullshit, listen to the next sad song and stay on the couch. Like, you gotta go do stuff to find the thing that's your thing. You know, maybe my thing's gonna be, maybe I'm gonna be the fucking cold plunging banner holder now. You know what I mean? Spokesperson for cold plunge. I don't know, but I do like catch better than the other grappling arts. However, I have a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I have studied judo. I have a green belt in judo, if you want to know. Whatever. I've studied amateur wrestling. So grappling is grappling. Just get on the mat. Baszler versus Wim Hof. He would whoop my ass. He is something else about cold exposure. He should pretty much live underneath the snow. That's it, JTG. And just know that I'm a person right now, and it's okay. You don't have to hide it. I'm not hiding it from you guys. Some mornings I wake up and I'm like, ugh. And it just is still shit. It's okay. You got to throw your legs over the side of the bed. You got to go take your pre-workout and you got to get your workout in or whatever it is. And it's not about the specifics of the activity, but do the motions to walk forward because you must walk forward. And understand that, like, in some situations, for example, someone in here talked about losing their pet. Like, there's a difference between moving on and moving forward. So let's not confuse those two, but you must move forward. So just put your foot in front of the other one and move forward. That's it. Yes. Getting up like a wounded bird. Just get some Mucinex high five. Right. It's so easy. I don't know a username. Yeah, I've struggled with depression for years. Keep love because it keeps your brain shut up for a bit. Exactly. A body in motion stays in motion. It's so easy to sit back and like feed it. Like I said, to sit in bed and cry and play the sad songs, but like, and for some reason it's almost instinctual. Like there's almost a weird part of you that wants to, but like at some point you got to move forward. And like I said, moving on and moving forward, two totally different things. I'm not trying to tell anyone, because we're talking about different situations in different people's lives. I'm not telling anyone to move on, but you definitely have to fucking move forward. And that's all I can do right now is move forward. And that's why, I don't know, I like streaming for you guys, you know? That I should clip. Boop. I am also a late night person, Chris. Yes, me love games. Yes, we're all alive, and we're all moving forward. Yes. Moving on is almost impossible depending on some situations it is impossible, but we can always move forward. So, that's it. I am the leader of the vampire crew. Hey, you know what? You early to bed, early to rise people needed people like me who stayed up late and slept late to watch the tribe when everyone was asleep. So you needed us too. So let's not get all high and mighty about early to bed, early to rise. We protect you. All right? No, actually, the true story, Fibble, I wear my hat like this because, A, because I like you to be able to see my face instead of wearing it proper and you can't see. But B, if I tip it back and it's straight, it gives me a headache. So I have to put it to the side so that it's kind of still on my forehead and not my scalp, so I don't get a headache. So there is some method to the madness. I'm not just trying to be cool. Did you guys see on my story that funny meme I put the other day that was like, your sleep schedule, you can be both a night owl and an early bird if your sleep schedule's messed up enough. That's me. Troll horse. A troll horse. Nice, Miter. Yes. Night person. My job starts at 7:30. I've been there, Marissa. I've had jobs that I've had to get up. When I first signed to NXT, what's up, Panda Bear Sufu? When I first signed to NXT, I had to be at the PC at 8:30 in the morning, and I was still going to bed at like 2. Terrible, terrible advice. Yes. See, Killer and Carter, I love that everybody's, putting their stories in here. I love it. I love that we have a place we can all know that we're all kind of just slogging together. Marissa, if you're anything like me, I'll still go to bed late, get up early, and then there'll be one day off that I have that I just sleep for like 14 hours. That's kind of what happens to me right now. Yes, I did see the new trailer for the Blade game. It's awesome. We watched that, I think, didn't we? Should we get into the game a little bit and then we can watch, we're gonna watch, what did I say? One of my fights at the end? Someone had suggested it last week. Let's see, I'll fire it up. We'll see what's going on. Remember, guys, if you're here for gameplay, it's usually slow going because I like to chit-chat with you guys. I had a time in my life, where, so I was working at UPS. It was while I was fighting on Showtime. I was working at UPS, so my schedule at UPS was like, ish, because there were different start times. But ish, it was like 10:30 to about 3 p.m. So I would get up, go to work 10:30 to 3 p.m., go train at the gym like 6 to 10-ish, come home, shower. Twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, I would come home, shower, work an overnight job, 11 p.m. to 8 a.m., come home, eat breakfast. I learned the hard way, do not fall asleep. Go to UPS until 3 p.m. and then I would pass out, get up at midnight. I had keys to the gym and we had Midnight Fight Club. And we would get together at midnight and spar, and then I'd go home, fall asleep at like 3 or 4, and do it all again. And it was rough. And I did it and thought I was fine and didn't realize how terrible I felt until I no longer had to work that overnight job. So, yeah. Wish you a happy 2024. Hope you come back to my country to meet you in person. Sebas, thank you. We did have Midnight Fight Club shirts. UPS is here 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. UPS, so there were different shifts working in the hub. And it was a great job because it was a part-time job, but, and so was the night job. Obviously, I would only have to do the night job twice. So I had to do it 2 days during the week. So UPS was Monday through Friday, and then I had to do one like Saturday or Sunday usually. It's great because as a fighter, you need so much time off to compete and travel that it's easier to get time off of part-time jobs than full-time jobs in which you're required to make hours. And UPS gives you full-time benefits, and it's a union job, so you got a raise every year. You got it was a good time. Let's go back. Alright, so we need to go here. It's gonna be dangerous, so we're probably gonna have to battle. Warp emanations have filled the plasma drive bay. Demons, having appeared out of thin air, are twisting the appearances. Some of the voidsmen are being turned into psychers. The incursion must be stopped. The rogue trader and Retinue will personally go and face these foes. Let's go! I've always been a night owl. Night shift is more in line. Yeah. Midnight Fight Club shirts. Tie 5, you need to make a list. Your job as mod is to make a list of all the, we might need a sniper instead of Heinrichs, maybe. We'll see. We need Midnight Fight Club shirts. We need... what else? There's been a few other shirts to make. Shayna Sexual. I need to bring the Shayna Sexual shirts back, right? Midnight Shift Nurse. Thank you, JTG. Almost worked at UPS. They were going to hire me. Got a job offer at Walmart that was more money and hours. Yeah, the thing is especially when you're in college.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Man, UPS is a great job. Wait, what are we looking at here? Because, like I said, it's part-time work, but you get the benefits you really can't argue with. It's great. Okay.
I'll see you destroyed.
Alright, so. Let's see what we got going on here. Shayna's sexual shirt. I should make towels, right? Could make Shayna sexual towels. Dill, I think I would trust... that's a good question. Well, you never know who Alfarius is, right? Because they all say they're Alfarius. So, kinda, you can't trust Alfarius. So, I guess maybe Omegon? Thank you, Berserker. Sith in the sheets. Jedi on the streets. Sith in the sheets. You want me to make that a shirt? That's a funny shirt. See ya, Von Doom. Have fun at work. Jedi in the streets. Oh yeah, love interest. We need to do a love interest shirt. Alright. So, Shayna's a sniper. I'll hang back here. Avalard's front guy, so he's gonna be here. Now, we don't want to put him too close because he has a charge maneuver. We're gonna hang her back as well. Because she just kind of directs buffs and stuff. Argenta needs to be in this area. He's a frontline guy also, and so is he. Let's go. So let's put, so everyone, she designates this area, and everyone in this area gets a buff, right? They get a bonus to their armor and damage. And then everyone in this rear gets range. So I'm gonna put that where Shayna's sitting. And then I'll give a little buff to him. Alright. I need to change Argenta's loadout because she doesn't have a close combat weapon, so she's ineffective when people are like right next to her. So let's give this guy a go. Okay. Wi-Fi is spotty. You gotta get on that fiber jam. Hey, once I can do t-shirts for the channel, once I figure out a way to do that. Oh, we got him coming around the flank side as well? No way. This is bad. We didn't plan for this, guys. Oh, and we got psychers? Oh, jeez. Okay, okay, okay. We messed up. We messed up. Hell froze over and it got really cold afterwards. Okay. She's gonna go here. So let's put her bolter. No. We'll light him on fire first.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Nice. Okay. I'll take that. I had a Shayna sexual shirt for a minute though. In like 2016 because I had it in Japan. Disney won't enjoy. Wait, Spone, isn't there something about like isn't Disney stuff like free use, fair use now or something? Douchebag Shayna. Marissa, I never knew about the towel idea. Tie 5, look, the buzzer's going off to remind me about the dryer. Wait, I'll reset it. I'll reset it. Reset. 20 seconds. You couldn't last 20 seconds with Shayna. But Fibble, the misinterpretation might be funny. I should make that shirt for Zoe. I never thought to create another towel, no. That was like an NXT thing and was never my... Oh, the Steamboat Mickey. Oh, interesting. Steamboat Willie and Mickey are free use. Prospector, thank you. Yes, Minnesota Twins. With my name on it that, by the way, they sent me. No, I reset it. It's fine. Yes, public domain. That's the words I was looking for. So he just gave a buff. Let's skip it. Alright, Argenta's gonna be in big trouble over here. We need to send someone over with her. Should it be Abelard? It could be Abelard. Maybe I will send him over here. He's got to dodge that, which he's fine. He's really good at that. I'm gonna dash him.
Victory is imminent.
Dead. And let's... Alright. Now me, the sniper. Not normally a sniper. But it just kind of worked out that way. Woo! Dang, she's hitting hard. Alright. And we're gonna need to change these combat areas as well. Yeah, so Marissa, here's the funny thing about that. I used to come out with a towel around my neck, and so I wanted towels as merch. So that's when I got the Shayna 2-time towel. And then when I got called up, I was basically told that I had to have permission from someone else that has towel merch. And I won't say any names, but there's someone that comes out and has towel merch and heads to the ring, and I wasn't that cool yet, so I just forgot about it. Deck of cards would be cool. I'm trying to play with cards on camera kind of inconspicuously so that it becomes a part of my character. That's what I'm trying to do. Because it's real life. I play with cards all the time. See ya, JTG. Hopefully you're back for the commentary stuff. Let's just do this.
Anything is.
So she uses this weapon to the next hit on that guy, no matter what it is a crit. You might say Shayna inspired that other person. I do. I have a whole box of those cards, High Five. I do hope to get the cards to be a thing. A cardistry graphic shirt. That would be cool. Alright, Heinrich's death. Alright, cool. So let's dash him over. The problem is we don't have the high ground anymore. Casting spells. But we can funnel them down these stairs, it's fine. The spade necklace, actually I haven't thought of that either, Notmex, because I got that custom piece from these guys called Room 101 Silver. We're gonna light everyone on fire right here. Oh! That's it! Pascal. My tech priest. So the problem we're having is that I set up the guys... I have played solitaire, of course. No, the Shayna Sexual shirt's for a different iteration of the Shayna Baszler TV character, maybe someday. Why? Tie 5? When they see the Queen of Spades card is signed. Let's dash.
That's not the Senator's
What?
job.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, Bay's the sniper. Not very good sniping position from low ground, but missed. Is my own line of cards. I would love, so here's the thing about me and decks of cards. I'll do a video on it on YouTube sometime, but I I would love to do like a custom deck of cards. However, I'm very picky about card stock. So when I tell people I collect custom decks of cards, I get a lot of people that send me like novelty decks, which often are very poor quality. They're cool, they have a cool graphic or whatever, but they're not like the best to do flourishes and tricks with. So I love E7 pressed cardstock. USPCC cardstock is good also. That's what your basic bicycle deck is. But you can tell, like, if I'm ever around you guys, ask me to check out my deck of cards that I'm carrying, because I'm always carrying a deck, because it's like a fidget toy for me, and you will feel the difference. It's actually a thing Nixon always asks me, what deck do you have today? 'Cause she likes feeling the cards. The wooden box? Actually, I could do that. Hang on. Right here. So, this isn't all of them, obviously. These are just some of my favorite ones. But I have this wooden box, first of all. See that? It's burned in, right? I got this as a Christmas present from an immovable object a few years ago. But I put foam and cut out some of my favorite decks of cards. Right? So that's just some. I think that this was meant to be like a holder for firearm or something, but see, like, they're very smooth, like it's real smooth, right? Like they evenly fan, they're easy to manipulate, and some of the decks are like, if you spread them, they're chunky, like they stick together, and you know, I have a whole other box of novelty cards, Vikings cards and Star Wars cards. Now, Theory 11, that being said, Star Wars cards. Theory 11 is a high-end deck maker of cards. They do, let's see, I don't have any out right now. Oh yeah, I do. They do, like, this is one of their Star Wars decks. And this is actually printed on really good cardstock. No, it's hard to pick, Sammy. If I'm gonna pick one, so I have a cabinet that's above the camera that you can't see, so it's full. I open it, it's full of cards. I think Type 5's seen it. But, let me see. So,
Godless Southlanders.
who's
Dare
raiding?
trespass on
Hey,
my
we're raiding. I'm showing off my favorite card decks. These are crossed keys. This says 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. That's cool. But these are really nice out of the box. They don't need any break-in. They're really smooth. They're really even. They're nice looking, right? I always like these, always straight out of the box. And then I like these classic remedies here. And these are just some classic, real simple. But again, these are printed on the same type of cardstock as the Crossed Keys deck, but real smooth out the box. They're a little bit stiffer than the Crossed Keys, but still enough that you can, like, take these straight out of the plastic, do tricks with them. Some of them are, like, bicycle decks are a good example. Good cards, right? Like bicycle, good deck of cards, the most popular deck probably. But always, oh no, these suck. This isn't bicycle, it's just a box. I have them in this. Hang on. So bicycles, like the deck everybody recognizes, are always really dependable, really consistent, but they take a little bit of break-in, at least for me, to do stuff. They come out of the box, they're a little bit stiff. You gotta kind of work them in. I always keep a bicycle deck because you can get like a box of 12 bicycle decks for like 15 bucks. I always keep a deck, a box handy to practice all my flourishes and stuff. Because you don't want to be ruining like new decks doing stuff that you're not good at, right? Tarot cards. Yeah, it's probably similar. No, Spawn, they have like several Star Wars decks, Theory 11. So I think I only have one color that I have multiples of. So I do bring a different deck to work every week. And I know this is cheesy, but I try to make it match. There's like a theme. I always tell Tie 5, like, I always do everything on purpose. Usually the card deck is like, there's a reason. Even if nobody knows it but me. Usually I've put some thought behind what deck I'm bringing. Sammy, it really depends. I let people feel them because I like them to notice the difference. But I don't know. It depends on what they're gonna do. To out-nerd yourself every stream. Yeah, exactly, CM Pep. Those novelty decks are for, like, poker and stuff and to have a cool deck. Which is cool, don't get me wrong. But, yeah. Ooh, Hedgehog stoked about the new DCU. Cards and knives handy, yes. I almost did a pocket dump today. Too far? No? Nice! Okay. Of the knives I was carrying. But I get kind of weird because sometimes I carry projectile weapons. Don't want to get banned. See, even now, it's weird. Oh, he hit him out of the air. Did you see that? But... No. What the heck?
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Let's switch to Bolter. Or should we do... See, I don't want to hit my own people. That's the thing you gotta watch out for with the spread fire. So, single shot, go. Yeah, it's funny, because a good, like, artisan card deck might cost you anywhere $10 to $20. Really expensive decks, I've paid as much as $75 for one deck of cards. They get more expensive than that. Yeah, Thomas, Twitch is laying people off because they aren't making money. Oh, he's not able to... What's the farthest he can go? I'm having trouble seeing his... And then we can we go plasma? Let's try it. Ah! Oh, good! Did I hit my own guy? No! I didn't. Cool. Oh, should we do this? What's this? No, not yet. I don't think so. Ooh, nice dodge. Okay, so Abelard's got this cool maneuver where he's gonna He's gonna mess everyone up right now. Bays, I think I can... Oh, I gotta reload. Ooh, I should. My nieces right now are really into pop figures. They're really into pop figures. And those... What do you call those little things you put in Crocs? That's like a pin? There's like a word for them. Wear nerd as a badge of honor, says Slytherin Steph. In my Pottermore quiz, I came out as a Ravenclaw. No, I feel like I nerd out way too much. I've also said this to Type 5. I feel like I nerd out to the point where, hey, I missed and shot my own dude, man. No, I'm a terrible sniper. I nerd out to the point where, oh, twisting path. What does that do? To the point where, so I just used an ultimate, that's gonna have every enemy, the next thing they get hit with is a crit. But I feel like I turn the hose on people when they ask for a drink of water. Like, I will tell you everything I know about this nerd thing. And, as you guys know, Derp, I think it's pretty accurate from what I've read about the personalities of each of them. You know, super smart, super witty. I do play Magic the Gathering. I haven't in a while, but yes, I was trying to get Charlie into Magic the Gathering, actually, with the crossover Lord of the Rings stuff. Haven't done it yet, though. Gibbets, yes, gibbets. My nieces collect, wait, why is she going again? Oh no, she's done. My nieces collect gibbets and pop figures. Nice. Alright, Heinrich. Let's get him.
Nothing stands against
Well, that's lame. That was lame. Only 16 to hit him for. And now I'm gonna have to move Argenta, because she can't do anything. She needs a short-range weapon. Yeah, I go on research black holes. Oh, maybe that's why. Because I got twisted path or whatever. Let me see what that is. Why won't it let me? Unyielding beacon. Corpus conversion. Anyway, we have to move her back. Let's set these aflame. But it will also set my people aflame, so... Nice. So they'll take damage every turn. Pascal can move up here now. Awesome. Pascal's a badass. Deathmatch wrestling, I mean, you gotta be a fan of it. It's not for me. I think hardcore wrestling is as far as I'd go. Deathmatch wrestling is a whole different thing. However, the thing to remember too is that deathmatch wrestling is very indie, right? So you're also probably doing the most damage to your body for the least amount of money. And I'm kind of at a point in my career where it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to do that for you know, $50. I didn't watch the new Batman yet. I have to check it out. Deathmatch wrestling is hardcore, but hardcore wrestling isn't necessarily deathmatch wrestling, right? Okay. Was that it? Do we leave now? It has to be it, right? We'll go check this out quick and see, but I'm pretty sure that's everything. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's get out of here. I'm gonna go back to the door. I mean, the physical contact in wrestling is plain crazy to begin with, but yeah, deathmatch wrestling is a whole different type of crazy, right? Did we come this way? No, we must have come this way. I saw the movie The Color Purple. It's a good movie. Okay, all we were trying to do was get to this system. So you guys haven't seen a whole lot about like the like exploration of the planets, right? So I go to each planet, I scan it. Sometimes there's stuff on it, sometimes not. This has adamantine. Do we need adamantine? Where are we at with adamantine? 2? I have 6 extractums. It's alright. We'll be alright for now. I need to save up for Xenotech. Screw it. We need some, right? This is a... This might be something. Lego Batman. Oh, yeah. I didn't think you were asking me to do a deathmatch. I was just giving my opinion on it, personally. Ooh, spawned. See, now that could be... Okay, so we're gonna go explore this ship. That could be a thing. I just do, like, playing card cuts in between their fingers. Echo on Disney. I gotta get through, so... Like, talking about slogging through shit parts of life, like, one of the worst parts for me is, nighttime, so I try to find shows to watch until ZQuil can get hit and I can get a couple hours sleep, right? Yo, Netwix! We're missing the conversation, you guys. What's going on? What is he doing? Okay. Celebrity Deathmatch. Yes, it was. And Celebrity Deathmatch was on... Wasn't Celebrity Deathmatch on during the halftime of the Super Bowl? Leanthros Pride, the name of Leanthros service to your mind. The history of a family from Cronus... Hey. Cronus Expanse, who invested all they had in a family ship. The ship perished in the warp on its maiden voyage. Oh, wait. Never recovered from this crushing blow. Interesting. Okay, we're just gonna loot this ship, I guess. Oh, you know what? We haven't saved in a while. Might be a dumb place to save, but... Alright, we're collecting stuff. We're collecting stuff. Halftime heat. Do they still do the Puppy Bowl during halftime? Loyalty is everything. And a lot of people say it. Very few people live it. Even people you think are gonna live it all the time sometimes don't. A working area where fragments of the ship are dismantled in search of scraps. Ah, they're scrapping the ship. Simple machinery and tools look a little worn, but well maintained. Uh-oh. Who's this? Who's you? A tired-looking woman of indeterminate age. Sorry, I thought I said intermediate. Clad in work clothes, breaks off from her task to greet you. She freezes momentarily, clearly unsure of how to address you, then says simply, "Your ladyship, please excuse me. I don't really know your name. Welcome to our little colony. May the light of the Emperor be with you, and with us. My name is Rita Maximova. I'm in charge here." Would you believe it? Well-spoken rabble. It is rather sweet in its own way. Go on then, amuse me. Tell me about yourself. What is this place? We just call ourselves Rita's crew, and this place is Rita's camp. That's it. We're recolligers, scavengers in common terms. Kitten bowl? A fish bowl? What was it? Beta fish battling it out? Ogspiga, happy birthday. Yes, a lot of t-shirt projects. What needs to be a shirt? Echo. I need to watch Echo. You guys are talking about it. She does not speak the word scavengers with any disdain. On the contrary, there's dignity in her voice, the kind which would announce their affiliation with a respected guild or family. Tossing a glance at Pascal, she grimly nods. All our work is all legal, even though your brethren have no liking for us. Ah, she's got something with the Mechanicus. Pascal stares dispassionately at Rita with a hint of disgust. Evidently, he has not even considered the possibility that replying to this creature's words could be anything other than heresy. Okay. You take pride in your trade, I see. Fish playing football in a fishbowl. Football in a fishbowl. The Buffalo Gills versus the LA Clams. That's funny. That's true. I still owe Tie 5 Smash Burgers. I have not played Blood Bowl since starting this game, no. Sure do. It takes skill and luck, a good head on your shoulders. We risk our lives every day crawling on top of these old buckets. If something goes wrong, we die. By the scores sometimes. One moment we're there, the next we're gone. Kind of like worker ants. But you know what? Your ladyship, our job also has something, how should I put it, poetic about it. Hope you don't judge me too harshly and take it as insolence, but some people, even big people like you, think too highly of themselves. Let's say your ship hops into the warp someday and doesn't hop out of it in time. And around 1,000 years later, another gal like myself, who needs to feed her 3 ankle biters somehow, will be rifling through its remains looking for anything good. That's just the nature of things. Each of us comes and goes, but the way the world works stays the same. We all have our lot in life, and mine is just as good as any other. She's got a good head on her shoulders, I think. Handball in water is called blitzball. Hey, that's true, Carter, and I loved me some blitzball. Nonsense. There are those who are great and those who are nothing. That is the nature of things. You speak as if the world is set in stone and none of us can change anything. Do not dare talk back to me. Another word about me. Thinking, there's something to you. I'm going to be like, you speak as if the world is set in stone and none of us can change anything for the better. Those are some big things you talk about. Way out of my depth. Change for the better? Heck, that'd be nice. If I was younger and didn't have 3 youngsters back home, maybe I would dream about stuff like that too. But as it is, I got no time for dreaming. I gotta work. Okay, so what do you do here? Right now, we're gutting this old heap of junk, slowly but surely. That's a recolliger's life for you. So, I get it. This ship was lost in the warp like 1,000 years ago, and now these scavengers are on it, scavenging. Man, Slytherin, every time you make big lifestyle changes by your own choice, your friend dynamic changes by the nature of things, right? That's tough. Yeah, sometimes I liked playing blitzball better than the game. They drop us off at a decrepit station or ancient battlefield and we sit there for years on end. We look for working tech or valuable materials or whatever else. If we find anything, we sell it to passing ships. Not the easiest job out there. Those wrecks are chock full of kinds of dangers, but I swear on my plasma torch, it's an exciting one. This little bird's got all kinds of bells and whistles. Most of the tech is dead, but we do find working pieces. We spent 2 whole months clearing out this shaft we found. Finished 3 days ago, actually. We found this thing, a bit weird looking. Perhaps your ladyship would like to buy this from us? I bet that big ship could get plenty of use out of it. What is it? Pascal's Vox crackles to life. Present the object, laywoman. Sure. I'll buy the component from you. Well, isn't that something? The Emperor himself smiled upon us. I mean, so we got some batteries. Okay. You know, your ladyship's kind of embarrassing to offer you this, but over in that corner we keep things we don't understand or can't really use. You can send some of your people to check it out if you like. Clearly you know about stuff with this. You might find something useful. Okay. Do you have your own ship? No, not even close. You could count the red collarers who got their own ship on one hand. An old worker's hand that got sucked into machinery 3 times. Scavenge everything. Yes. Part of my problem is I'm terrible at dates, especially because my work requires me to be everywhere all over the world in different time zones all the time. It's hard for me to keep track sometimes. Like, it's not that I forgot about you or that it's your birthday, for example. I just forgot it was Thursday. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I know my sister's birthday is March 28th. Friday, March 28th. I didn't realize today was Friday. Like, it's not the birthday part I forget. It's the literal day that I don't know what it is. We fly with whoever, mostly taking our chances. Sometimes we hitch a ride on the promise that we'll pay for what we find later. Other times we find some other means. Risky business, obviously. 5 or so years back, a crew got dropped off at an abandoned station, but something wasn't right with the life support. The ship came back to pick them up 2 years later and found nothing but bodies. About 15 years ago, back before I had my first little one, so she's got a 15-year-old, a ship took 3 crews to locations and ran into pirates. The ships go out on expeditions for years at a time, so it was ages before anyone realized they were missing. It was even longer before they remembered the scavengers, plus it took some time to find a ship that could check on them. Long story short, all 3 had bought it. Yep. Okay, what can you tell me about this wreck? Sammy's gonna make an Excel spreadsheet so that we remember everyone's birthdays. Not much. We're no eggheads, you know. We're manual labor. It's an ancient thing, pretty dangerous. We don't really know much beyond that. Yeah, it's like 1,000 years old. Before we came here, some tech priests had done their own bit of gutting. I mean, ritualing. Oh, she's got beef with the tech priests. Bowing to the spirits, all that. That lot don't tend to leave a whole lot of valuables behind. It's true. It's way too scary to go in before them. And hey, we dragged a dozen of their broken servitors out of the mines after. The carcasses smell awful, but you can pluck a decent number of parts out of the servitor and sell them. Yuck. Good. Sammy is the resident Queen's Army troll whore birthday captain. Doesn't seem like there's anything nasty living inside the wreck now, but the wreck itself is barely holding together. Go a couple modules from here, and that's it. You won't take another step without fearing a broken reactor might cook you alive, or a whole module might depressurize. Well, it's nothing we haven't handled before, so we're having a poke at it, but we don't have a clue what this ship is or who it belonged to. Let me take you from this place. But this is our livelihood, your ladyship. You can't take us from here. What are we going to do? Sit in some hold, slaving away? Here we've got our own colony, our own operation. No, this is our path. I see. Your ladyship, please don't take it as insolence, but it's not like I have much choice. It's not often we get a well-stocked ships around here, and we could certainly use more provisions and some warm clothes. If it's something you'd be willing to provide, we would gladly barter for it with whatever we can dig up inside the ship. It's just a respectful offer of fair trade. What are these guys talking about? Oh. She wants to trade. I celebrate my birthday for an entire month. You guys know that by now. Let's do the locked container. Damaged safe. Contents of similar safe were destroyed. You should not try to open it like that, but something from the environment could help. Something from the environment could help. Nothing here but cheap scrap metal. Small collection of valuables. Something from the environment could help. apparatus gurgle and emits a strong smell of alcohol. Probably not the industrial variety. This work of craftsmanship, you can just make out one of the pictures of the Emperor commonly seen on the Coronis Expanse. Ah, yes. Mainly the weak. Yeah! I did see The Last of Us Season 2. I don't know how I feel about their casting of Abby, but we'll see. We'll see. Because I also didn't know how I'd feel about Ellie, and she won me over. What's up, Charles? I usually make people worship me for the week. I'm never in one place long enough. It has to be a month. The greatest day in history is August 8th. So, we have to find a way to open that safe. It says something in the environment could help us. Among the wreckage was an instruction manual for a duty officer on how to access safes. You can obtain codes... Wait, what did it say? To the safe by what? What did it say? You can obtain codes to the safe... something. Damn it, I didn't read it in time. Did anyone see? Queen's Army Trollwhore's birthday captain. 8/8 is cool. I was 8 on 8/8/88. And you want to know what? I was so angry. I remember that birthday because Fox, after school, would have like the Fox Kids Club and scroll the people's birthdays. And I wasn't in the Fox Kids Club, but here's me, an 8-year-old, not realizing you have to like send your name in and register. And I'm like, 8/8/88. I'm 8. They have to have my name on here, and I'm watching the birthdays scroll, and I was so mad that they left my name off. I didn't realize you had to like register and be a part of the actual club, right? Nobody saw where I'm supposed to go. It said you can find the codes. Oh, here maybe?
The machine gun grants me insight.
Seems to be inoperative. Did it say something? Cog something? I did not play a lot of Crazy 8s. Yeah, I didn't realize that someone had to like send your name in. Guys, what am I supposed to do? It said something about... I guess we can just hit all these, right? That's the Emperor. That. This thing. Oh, what? Need key. Oh, what's this? Dump site. What am I looking for? I was on SmackDown for a long time, though. June birthdays are superior because gifts every 6 months. That is a good, well, spaced out. Yeah, Henry Cavill will be playing a character, and it's like, dang, what character does Henry frickin' Cavill play in the Warhammer universe, you know? Oh, right here?
Nothing escapes my sight.
What? Cogitators appear to be inoperative. Bro, there's gotta be something that, like, makes those operative, I guess. Right? No birthday left behind.
Follow my lead.
Dang, man. Try to power it from a local source.
My success is an irrefutable certainty. Operation successful.
Obtain the code to the safe. Hey, we did it! Alright. Let's go. That's what the whole point of this visit to this thing was this safe. What do you think it is? Yeah, Chiquita! Hashtag, Shayna for Warhammer. Ooh, that's a good cloak. And then this is a Eldari weapon. Okay. Alright, let's check this out. So I feel like... What's this do? Can we check that cloak out, please? Okay, ranged attacks... Whereas ranged attacks decrease their target's dodge, does not stack. Mimics fibers. The surrounding cloak grants the wearer 10% dodge. Gosh, I feel like she needs a cloak. What's she got? Immune to burning. He's got increases melee damage demons. Is he wearing a cloak? Okay. Dang, I don't know. Everybody's got cloaks that fit for them. Alright. Well, it is a good item, but it's not any that guys in my active party could use. Edge is the new Percy Jackson. Well, that's cool. Alright, so we're gonna get back in the ship. We're gonna find a spot so that we can do some commentary. Watch some trailers. So we did that. Let's go do this. We could also fight on this void ship. Did we do this yet? Oh no, we didn't. Okay, we don't need plasteel. Edge plays Ares in the new... Oh! Yeah, Edge is, like, killing it in the acting world, right? With his Viking gig. Set up for burn once before. Exterminatus. Incendiary cyclonic torpedoes. Exterminatus! Which is the name of my other finisher. We have Promethium. Bizarre ruins. The bizarre structure observed from orbit appears to be the ruined estate of a wealthy noble. Further searching reveals the remains of an envirodome, a landing pad, a main manor, and servants' quarters. It's impossible to determine what exactly happened. The search team found something truly disturbing in the main hall. An opulently clothed skeleton sitting at the dinner table. Whoa. The table is set with gold plates covered with old blood and piles of bones. The bones on the plates are clearly human. No other remains have been found. Whoosh! Do we search through the remains or light the holy fire? Let's search. Scout team returns with some expensive weapons. After finishing their report, they hurry away, whispering prayers. Kind of a lame weapon, to be honest. See, that type of thing happens a lot. Now, we can go to this void ship and see what happens, and then we'll watch a fight. Hello, can I help you? The Vox notification from the Augur crew drowns out the usual noise on the bridge. An Imperial vessel, the Dark Piercer, and its escort ships are headed your way. Your archives make no mention of either ship or its owner. As you consider your course of action, the ship's captain contacts you first. Introducing himself as the Pilgrim, Captain greets the rogue trader courteously and offers to purchase any information you might have on crystal phlogiston deposits. Why do you call yourself Pilgrim? Captain admits he's not always done the right thing, but he once beheld the blessing of the Emperor and has followed a special path of service to him ever since. That is the path he now treads as the Pilgrim. And why do you need phlogiston? Captain's coarse laughter echoes forth from the Vox. Phlogiston is a part and parcel of many different aspects of the Imperium. How exactly his customers are going to use it is none of his concern. All the program promises is that the phlogiston will be used for the good of humanity. Pascal becomes visibly animated at the mention of phlogiston. No, she just sat up and turned in a circle and laid back down, TIE 5. Though indifferent to the prospect of a deal with the shadowy individual, the Magos nonetheless recommend you find out more about phlogiston deposits. Your own protectorate would benefit from the knowledge. Sister Argenta sincerely believes the words of Pilgrim. A cowl or golden aquila are no prerequisites for being his true servant. If the captain sincerely wants to help the Imperium, perhaps by his own methods, there's nothing questionable about extending a helping hand. Alright, so we could do valuable information in exchange for granting Pilgrim the right to mine phlogiston using the Von Valancius extractums. Could get information. Ask what I will receive in return. Or attack the ship. What do I get? Oh, no! Ah! That's so annoying! I did the wrong thing! Oh my gosh. No, I don't want to attack him! Oh my god, please. No! This is so dumb. No! I freaking hate this. Alright, we're gonna hurry. We're gonna hurry and do this. So dumb, because now, the last time I saved, and this is where you get your butt whipped for... Okay, wait.
I've asked you before, but I'll
There's
ask you
goods
again.
over here.
Eldari are supposed to be all the one species, aren't they? But I look at you, stick insect, and I don't understand why you and your kin are so creepy looking. Nothing like the Eldari on Janus. I suppose a diet of pain and torment won't do wonders for anybody's looks, but...
Oh no, I have to talk to this lady again? Okay, we'll hustle through. Okay, what is this place? Continue, continue. What do you do here? Continue, continue. We did this. We did this. Sure, I'll buy it. Cool, thank you. You have your own ship? Okay, okay. What about this wreck? Okay, cool. You take pride? Yeah, we did that. I did a Cuddleclast one. Let me take you from here. Okay, cool, I see. Thanks. Sweet. Alright. Let's go. Okay. At least we know how to solve the puzzle now. Yeah, logging into the cogitators. Okay, so here. Do I have to do all of them, or can I go to the one that we got to work? Alright! Much faster than the first time. Alright, cool. Got a bunch of stuff. Okay, thank you. Oh, let's save right now, though. We learned our lesson. Just in case. Alright. Okay, gamer. She'll be back. She'll be back. Okay, so we went here. Scan it. This. We took whatever's valuable. Don't need the Promethium. Go here. Okay. Yep, don't need that. Alright, now. Now we talk to this guy. Alright. Why you call yourself Pilgrim? Why do you need Phlogiston? Yes, yes. What will I receive in return? Thank you. For years, knows many of its secret. He promised to let you in on intriguing rumors that may be of interest. Should we tell him it's not enough? Okay, fine. We'll agree. It looks like this is the exact decision the captain of Dark Piercer expected you to make. Propose a deal. Captain of Darkpiercer is in the best spirits and gratitude. He sends you a small box containing ancient maps and documents. They appear to speak of a certain imperial world lost many centuries ago. Then, in somewhat conspiratorial tone, the pilgrim relates a story about a standoff between two Xenos fleets, which he was told by an acquaintance. The person in question, sadly enough, died at the hands of the Inquisition before they were able to pass on the coordinates for the crash site. However, the pilgrim knows for a fact that the vessel met its demise in the ocean world. Okay, farewell. Okay. Great. So, we did that. Torture him. For the glory of the Imperium. Real quick, we're gonna see what's going on with the new routes. Alright. Making our way through the universe. See, and this is what's addicting about this game, is you're like, get done, right? Like, I'm like, alright, we're gonna get done, we're gonna watch some stuff. But look, oh, this is a yellow one. That's safe. We can go just explore this system quick, and then you'll get into another battle. Like, that's how this game sucks you in for hours. It's a great game. I love this game, by the way. But really quick, we're gonna do the fight business. We're gonna do the fight business. Paradox, what game are you playing? We're gonna pull up some YouTubes. Let's see. Baszler versus Sarah Delalio. Ah, there it is. Did they put it up already? Let's see. I can't find the full. There's got to be the full video on here somewhere. Let me Google it and see if it's on Daily Motion. 92-ish. I would love to do 8-hour streams sometimes. I just don't have the time at the moment. I should have done that when I had Christmas break, but, you know, I didn't know the world was going to end. Warhammer Conquest and Chaos on mobile. Ah, it sounds cool, Paradox. Mech Warrior 5. Click the link in the chat. Oh! Oh, this is, oh, they put both fights up. Okay. Alright, I can manage this. Let me... They put both fights because they're like, oh, which fight was better? Okay. So, this is like... I don't know why... Yep, and then... Watterson...
Still here.
I wonder who's getting more votes.
And the trajectory on those round kicks off the back leg. Superb. Cross there from Watterson and again.
What do you mean? How many of the Queen's Army know how to used to do martial arts?
Right here.
Tamada must have been a long recovery. Oh, you're clever. Is this transgender fights? Little boy that's a little intimidated by girls that know how to beat him up. Yeah, so that is that. That's the fight. Ronda versus Delalio. I can add that to the list. So that's what it looks like when someone is fed a fist down to the elbow. And then they got bought by UFC. Yes, but they got bought by UFC and then they're not owned by UFC now. So it's been through a few evolutions since then. I will add Ronda versus Delalio to the list. Yeah. Duke fight was on this card. Yeah. But yeah, that was old school Invicta. I love that fight, and there's actually somewhere on YouTube, let's see if we can find it. There's a ringside high def camera of just the end, and you can hear me smacking the crap out of her. Let me see if I can find it. It's hidden deep in YouTube. Nah, it's all pro wrestling stuff when I see it now. If I ever find it, I will I should post the link to that and get a bunch of you guys commenting. You guys should all comment under that YouTube video, and I could just blow Michelle Watterson away and out troll the troll. Yeah, I can't find it. It's a short little clip. It's like 30 seconds, and it's some ringside, like, media's high def camera that, like, they're Canon or something that they caught, because it's like high def and then it'll freeze frame because it was taking photos of it. Let me see, Sammy. Oh, it is that one. Dang, you found that fast. Is it that one? Oh, it is. Okay, hang on. Is that... Okay. This is like, ringside camera on this. I can hear Bruce cornering me. She's mad. I don't remember what I said into that camera either. That's a cool camera. That's a cool shot though. That's one of my favorite. Like, it's so close, you can hear it. You can hear her corner screaming. You can hear my corner screaming. So good. Fighting is so beautiful, right? Life should be like a fight. Here's what I'll leave you with. Life should be like that, man. Like, it doesn't matter how bad I was beating her down. She still had a fighting chance. You should always have a fighting chance, man. Life doesn't work out that way. That's the shit part of life. It doesn't always work out that way. But you should always have a fighting chance, man. And, like, the fact that you have that in fighting is what makes it so fucking beautiful. Ah, it's so good. So good. Puppy. Hey, puppy. Do you want to come here? Come on, let's say hello to everyone. I should try to see if that one will backtrack record also. All right. Look at all your emotes and your tail's wagging. Yes, this puppy had a hard day. I had to be gone for a couple hours getting my tattoo worked on. It's going to happen again next Friday. But it's okay. Right? Yeah. Look at all your emotes. Okay, guys. Yeah, Koozie, we were talking about how cold it is. What's up, young grasshopper? Thanks for the cheers. We can watch a puppy fight next week. Yeah. Who's your favorite fighter? You don't know? Oh, just tail wags, that's all. Remember, guys, keep slogging along, you know? Follow me on everything. I'm QOS Baszler. Oh my gosh. Instagram, Twitter, Threads. I post on Instagram the most. My Instagram story will be most current. Usually same day, maybe a few hours removed. But yeah, and I had fun on Christmas Eve doing that IRL stream, so look for maybe some more of those in the future. And follow along because, again, I said I was talking to Duke, so I might be doing like a weird day, weird time stream coming up one of these days. In the meantime, yeah, don't worry, guys. Keep slogging along. We can't see the end, but I can see the next step. And that's all you need, right? Keep supporting each other. I love it. Keep checking in on your badasses. Even your badasses. Hey, puppy. Okay, relax. If you want to say goodnight, say amu. So antsy. She knows that it's time to leave when we're getting up to do that. But yes, everyone, please check in on your homies. I appreciate all the messages of support. They mean a lot. Like I said, even if I can't reply or whatever, you know, checking on your badasses. And remember, if I wasn't me, I'd be just like you. And I'd want to make out with me too. Catch you on the next one. Thank you guys, for real.